Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Overslice and this is going to be a reaction video to an Elden Ring story, The Blessing of Despair. I'm actually going to do the three Prepare to Cry of vaatividya. I'm assuming I'm saying the name correct. Yeah, vaatividya. Okay, nice. I've already subscribed to him. Let's like this video. And yeah, let's actually okay, wrong button. Let's just watch this. I heard that the Prepare to Cry are really good, and I actually watched a little bit of the Frenzied Flame one. I liked it. You know, the editing is superb and the storytelling is so nice. I really love his videos. I've also seen one of the lore videos, like I believe the Death Kindred one. Yeah. So I'm going to react to most of his video. I'm not all going to react to his videos that I've already seen, like that Kindred one. If you want, please comment down below. So yeah, I was actually planning to stream this, but I decided to record this, just for in my time. So this is a 37 minutes long video. So yeah, I'm actually going to not cut any part of this. So yeah, let's just watch this. I heard this is really good.
Before the Erd Tree.
Okay, also just to say, if I get too emotional, like if this is actually a Prepare to Cry video, I don't know, I haven't watched his videos before, like the Prepare to Cry videos before, like before Elden Ring. So I might not talk a lot, so please forgive me for that if that happens. Like considering the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure it was Morgott in the thumbnail, and I really got emotional just from reading his, like, the Remembrance, yeah, or Great Rune, I don't remember, but yeah, I really like that. Kind of got emotional too when I first read that.
Started to die. It was considered to before the Erd Tree started to die. It was considered to be eternal. And before the Erd Tree, there was the crucible, a chaotic melting pot of primordial life that served as the Erd Tree's primal vital energies. It birthed creatures of feather, breath, tail, and horn. Aspects of this crucible were
okay, I will say these art are so good. Okay, from the video I saw from Frenzied Flame, it was mostly like gameplay videos, but in a cinematic mode. I believe there is actually a mod for that, like a photo mode kind of thing. Yeah, but this is really great art. Also aspects of Crucible, yeah, that's what you get from defeating the Crucible Knights and stuff.
Considered to be divine. That is, until civilization advanced. And those deemed misbegotten were enslaved. For during Marika's golden age, aspects of the crucible were deemed signs of devolution, and those that harbored them, abominations. Many fell omen had their horns excised, and the few that survived were hunted by the omen killers, butchers of twisted conscience.
I always think, why are they called omen killers? But it's just because they are executioners of omen. Makes sense, but I just didn't realize it. Also, this is one of the worst enemies in the game to fight too. They're so annoying to kill. For some reason, they are so tanky and did a lot of damage.
But then, Godfrey and Queen Marika herself gave birth to omen twins. If such powers could birth omen, then could they really be so far from grace? Was the crucible not at the heart of the Erd Tree? Marika's omen children would not have their horns excised, but they would be shackled far beneath the earth, so close to the Erd Tree, and yet so far. Eventually, Marika's faith in her own golden order waned. The rune of death was stolen. The first demigod was killed, and Lord Godfrey was exiled. Marika would go on to shatter the Elden Ring, spurring her children to action as the lands between lost its blessing.
Oh yeah, this is also a nice song. I got goosebumps.
In the shattering war that followed, only Mikola would attempt to bring peace with his Halig tree, but the other demigods would fight for the shards of the Elden Ring. Godric the Golden would attempt a coup, which failed, forcing him to flee from Leyndell, for a sibling had emerged from the sewers with the right to great power. Rykard would commit a grave blasphemy and seek to devour the very gods, just as he had been devoured himself. And Princess Rani, having slain her own flesh, would hide away, the fate in her stars halted by Radahn, said to be the mightiest of the demigods, with no one as his equal.
And it's really true. He is the Chad of this game. Okay, let be real. This is one of the Radahn has one of the coolest transitions, and also one of the coolest fights. He's so tangy, but don't care. This is one of the coolest looking fights. And when you start the fight, the sky is red and stuff. After the transition, the sky becomes like a bluish purple, I guess, or purplish blue. But yeah, this is so good. The fight is so good. I really like it, especially the transition, without a doubt.
But Malenia would journey south to challenge him, and though their war scarred the land itself, there would be no victor. Meanwhile, Mohg would emerge and rip Malenia's brother from the Halig tree, taking him far away, to the seat of his coming dynasty. And so, Malenia would return, carried on the back of a faithful knight, to find her brother gone, with all the Halig tree left praying for his homecoming. So in the end, there would be no victor, and the demigods lingered, without the will or strength to change their fate. And the Tarnished would return, wild exiles, now led by grace once lost, to break the tenuous stalemate of the demigods. A stalemate held in place by King Morgott, defender of the Erd Tree, and last of all kings. And as war continues in this broken world, all would ask themselves, Queen Marika, at whom were you so angry? Why?
That is so cool.
Foul tarnished, in search of the Elden Ring, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
In the years since the stalemate of the demigods, Margit the Fell has appeared like a wraith, preventing Tarnished from picking off his weaker kin.
So
Well,
cinematic.
thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Luckily, Tarnished are no strangers to death, and they will suffer against their foes as many times as it takes. The Margit we fought here was merely an omen illusion,
Yeah.
an extension of the man himself, whose true form resides in Leyndell, an omen king, who would be despised by the populace if his true identity became known.
Okay, that's why he's not sitting at the throne, because the people hate Omen. Okay, that makes sense, kind of. At least I think it is.
But now, his only duty is to stop Tarnished reaching the thrones, and the title of Elden Lord. In the wake of the shattering, the land itself has been scarred, and the well-travelled roads have all been obliterated. Now, sheer cliffs jut upwards into ominous skies. The land of Leonia is even slowly sinking into a lake, and it's here that we find a man cooking prawn, a blackguard named Bogart.
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate? You're tarnished too, ain't you? Can you see it then? The guidance of grace, I mean. I can't see it at all no more. Makes no bloody sense anyway. Why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits up with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time.
Many Tarnished were called back to the lands between, and here their crowns would be warranted by strength and little else, because for all its claims to true order, the Greater Will did not distinguish between the Tarnished beckoned by grace. Their thoughts, their ambitions, nothing seemed to matter. And what better example of this is there than the Dung Eater? A legend, yes, but one reviled by the masses, up until the very moment that his grace was returned. Now the Dung Eater torments the city of Leyndell. There's even evidence that he tortured someone at the fortified manor, where the true roundtable resides. It's little wonder, then, that his vengeful spirit appears in our hub-world, a place that calls to Tarnished of all kinds, whether they're legends or otherwise.
I need to warn you about something. A little while ago, someone started
Okay, it's Dung Eater who Roderica, warns us about. I always thought it was the Royal Revenant, the one who attacks us if we get the Halictory medallion. Yeah, I thought that was who, Roderica was mentioning. But it was Dung Eater, it makes sense. Okay, I didn't know about that. That's a new fact for me.
lurking in the wing on the opposite side of the round table, and I can hear, from all the way over there, the howling and wailing of spirits in fear of a curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malison itself, a plethora of spirits in an unceasing cacophony. I can't even imagine. How much suffering inflicted to who knows how many souls. Not even the grafting caused anything like this to happen. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please.
You'll get what's coming. Have you ever felt the curse? With your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. Be thankful of the whole serenity. It is all that keeps your death and defilement at bay.
The Dung Eater. He certainly leaves a lingering impression. His sword is fashioned from the backbone of a malformed giant. His armor resembles an omen, but with its horns cut off. His form reflects the landscape of his mind. That is to say, he is suffering, he is persecution. But he only has the mind of an omen. Others are born with the body to match, and are held to be a punishment for making contact with the crucible. They are called misbegotten and omen, and denied rebirth via the Erd Tree. For in the lands between, death is not the end. The Erd Tree is not just the dominant faith, it is where all honest souls desire to return. To be removed from the Erd Tree's cycle of death and life, to many, that is the worst thing imaginable. That is the omen curse.
Yeah. I
Here,
can see that
in the
happen.
fields of the Altus Plateau, a second omen illusion stands watch. And it was here that a great battle was fought to repel Godric the Golden when he sought to return to Leyndell. And just down the way, Erd Tree sentinels grasped torches that were furnished by Morgott himself to prevent a Black Knife assassin.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense why Margit was there. Like, I always think, like, okay, I know where the Margit is, like, with the ghost stuck dude. But, yeah, I always think, why is Margit there? I didn't get an answer. Like, I haven't, like, gone through the internet for that. But, still, there is, like, literally no explanation, I thought. That makes sense if Godric, he was like staying there to protect the Leyndell from Godric if he decided to return. That makes a lot of sense. And also the torch that the tree central is carrying is, I believe it's the same thing that we carry if we go to the Halleck tree. Not just the Halleck tree, but right before the Halleck tree, like that place we have to lit. And there is a torch that will allow us to see the unseen assassins. So interesting thing. And also the actual the torch we can buy, that is also right after the Trace Central fight. So yeah, pretty cool detail.
From sneaking into the capital. Morgott gave everything for the Erd Tree, only to see a golden light shining in tarnished eyes. And despite Morgott defending Leyndell against rebellion, blasphemy, and assassination, that golden light drives the tarnished to slay him.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smouldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
It's
Such a
hard to go
powerful-
through this world and not question the very
Not
grace
just the
that guides
voice,
you.
but, everything
And so
about
it is that many tarnished fall from grace once again.
the voice, the words, and everything.
Marika's tits. You must be hungry. Perfect bloody timing, actually. I got crab, cooked up fresh. There's something I should probably tell you. You heard of the Dung Eater? He's a madman. Has it out for everyone. Cursed.
Also, spoiler alert, I never done the Blessing of Despair ending. Like, I only know the name Blessing of Despair is the dungeon ending, is because I got the mending rune of Dung Eater in a randomizer. That's the only thing I know. Also the Duskborn ending too. I never done it, I just know, I heard the names and stuff. And the Duskborn ending is not too hard for me since I can do it. It's just I didn't do it anytime. I always do either Rani or just self. I never done the Frenzy Flame too. I wanna do that one time. I heard that that's pretty epic. So I wanna do that too. I don't care about the spoilers about the ending after this much time. It's my fault I didn't do it. So I will leave it. So yeah.
Goes round in his rank armour and all. You see him though. Stay, well, away. I was in the same jail as him once, so I know firsthand. He's a god-forsaken monster. Not just some petty thug like me. He's a killer. Kills people and curses the souls. Does all sort of shit to the corpses to keep them cursed forever. I ain't seen nothing
Wait, what?
to keep them cursed. Curses the souls. Does all sort of shit to the corpses to keep them cursed forever.
Ew.
I
Did I
ain't
hear
seen
that
nothing
right?
more disgusting in all my years. I ain't ever been more scared neither. Rooted to the bloody spot while he did that to my friend. And now I seen it here again. Never thought I would. What he does to those bodies. It was him. No question. That monster. He's lurking round here.
Despite the danger, Bogart remains just outside of Lane Dell, his humble ambitions delayed by his fondness for crab. But you find a way inside, past layer and layer of the city's defense. Isn't it kind of strange that even though the Tarnished are guided to restore order, that the very forces of order itself are placed in your way? You wouldn't have met him in your journey, but there is a certain noble who yet remains in the city, a member of House Shaneheit, who makes no effort to hide his prejudice.
Welcome, dear guest. After being out there, it must be quite surprising to see our capital cradled by the Erd Tree, showered by an eternal wellspring of grace. The sights, the sounds, the luscious scents, each precisely as they should be, each eternal. Oh, I didn't notice that you were tarnished. Now, you mustn't take this the wrong way, but you must leave the capital at once. It is for your own good, I assure you. All things have their proper place. We, having been chosen by grace, were given this golden capital. You, on the other hand, have your own home, which is a far cry from here. So,
In short, he's a racist. Yeah. Against Tarnished, I guess. Which is a really simple way to putting it, I guess.
so far, in fact, that it cannot be further marred by your touch.
For all its glory, the city of Landell on the surface is like a thin layer of gold, a coating that can be easily scratched away, revealing the undercity beneath, full of horrors.
Okay, what is
Here-
happening? Yeah. Even though I never went to the sewers, I know about the sewer morgue and the sewers. Like, yeah, but that guy, I had no idea. I haven't met him. I haven't heard about him. I don't even know what his quest is. So, just saying. Or if he is just a random guy at a random place.
Scratched away, revealing the undercity beneath, full of horrors. Here in the sewers, omen are shunned, all for the mere crime of being born, simply because they were born with aspects of the crucible, that same crucible that was once the primordial form of the Erd Tree. If only the people of Landell knew the true identity of Morgott, the Lord of Grace.
Oh, so they don't know. Well, I guess that is true. As I said, yeah, that's because he doesn't sit on the throne. He just guards the throne. I guess that makes sense, but wow, that's an interesting thought. Like, they don't know that the very thing they are trying to shun is the one that is governing over them. And also, is, I think, the closest to what they consider as a god, if they are actually the crucible is the primordial thing. Yeah, interesting, I would say.
Who now rules over the city. Do you remember, back at Castle Morn, that there was a spirit who feared his body being eaten by the misbegotten?
Yeah.
To him, There was nothing worse than being disgraced in such a way.
I didn't know what to do.
But nothing is worse than the seedbed curse, which the dung eater cultivates upon those that he kills. A tender pox, afflicted with omen horns, that afflicts the host in such a way that it ensures that the curse will be passed on to natural-born children instead, creating an infectious population that will never know grace.
So he wants to make everybody a omen, kind of. I think if they have horns, that makes them an omen. You know, yeah, I guess that is like that. It's I don't know how to describe that, but I guess it's nice, not nice kind of thing. Yeah, it's really hard to side with one side. Like, yeah, I will say some of the ending really makes us looks like, or some of the really fights makes us looks like we are the bad people, for sure, and others don't. Like, even though as this video is explaining, the misbegottens are actually crucibles, and they should not be hunted down and stuff. Uh, as a looking through the tarnished eyes, I think Castle Moon is something we could say we are not bad. Like, we are actually saving the commander and letting him to go to his daughter, although Irina is already dead. But that's other side, right? From our part, we did the right thing. So just say some of them can be right, some of them can be wrong. Like Ranala in the side. As much as it's good to beat Ranala like in game for the respec and stuff. If you think about it, Ranala is not that bad in my opinion. As a character, I mean, she tried to protect Leonia after Radagon is gone and stuff. I believe from Carrier Manor. Not sure of that yet, but stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. I wanna do about if I will search if there is a lore video about Ralocaria of vaatividya. If there is, I will try that. Okay.
No. Wait. You have felt the curse. I can smell it on you. The pox, yet tender. Apparently my seedbed is ripe and waiting. 'Twas a brief respite, I must say. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital.
And so, whether it's out of fear, or admiration, or sheer curiosity, we descend below to free the dung eater.
That is definitely a big job.
On the way to the dung eater's cell are the shunning grounds, where we kill the omen in the only home that they've ever known.
Can they really be killed like with a single hit of Elden Stars? I have to try that out in my playthrough. Yeah, there is going to be a if you don't know, I'm doing Twitch live Elden Ring gameplays now. So yeah, I will probably test it out. I've probably already tested it out, like recording, live streaming. I think you understand.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Must eat more. Defile more. Everything that matters to you for generations to come. Who are you? I've been here long enough. I will kill again and defile each corpse with care, just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed, along with their children and their children's children, for all time to come.
Oh, there you are. Pleased to see you. You must have expunged the omen from the repository. Otherwise, their revolting screeches would still be affronting my ears. Well, you've done us a fine service, I must say. The Erd Bishops will be very pleased to hear it. No, this is above their station. If I explain that this was all my idea, I could be granted audience with Morgott, Lord of Grace.
See, they don't know who Morgott is. Interesting. And also when we, it's an interesting thing too. When we actually go fight Morgott, he's not sitting at the throne. He is in fact in the dark. Like he is coming out to the light, which is an interesting thought. I love it.
What a wondrous opportunity! That a Viscountess myself might be seen by the Lord of Grace.
The citizens of Leyndell are complicit in perpetuating the curse of the omen. With this in mind, the Dung Eater's actions almost start to make sense, for the majority of his seedbed curses can be found in Leyndell, amongst the populace that, admittedly, deserves it the most.
I will say, like, Dung Eater is probably one of those characters that we never think, like, he's either just a serial killer or he is just a clown who, I guess that also makes him a serial killer. If he just likes to kill, yeah. But you never think deep down, like there should be a much deeper story about him. I believe the name is one of the reasons. Dung Eater really, that doesn't feel like an ominous name at all, or threatening too. That has a lot to do with this, I guess. So yeah, let's see what his story is.
So there's a reason the Dung Eater is lurking nearby.
Serves me right. Fitting bloody end. For a jumped up little shit with big ideas. Help me out. Would you, mate? I don't want to get cursed. Just let me die. I don't want to live like this. Not anymore. So, please.
Defiled by the seedbed curse, Bogart is severed from grace, against his will. The Erd Tree rejects his body and soul, and so his grace is lost, just like the omen. What a curse. What a blessing.
Must eat more. Defile more. I am the Dung Eater, a scourge upon the living. I will kill you and defile your corpse. Then the pox will truly be your own. One day, you'll get what's coming. All right, mate. Want some more prawn, do you? Never met someone with a taste for prawn I couldn't trust. We'd make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
Okay, there is a comment or pin down comment from which says no, yeah, this is just characters, I guess. Yeah, from this point we should be really ready. No, from 28, I guess. Yeah, we should be really ready to cry. So I'm not sure, but I'll try not to cry, I guess.
Kill our lord. He is a stain upon all things golden. Kill Morgott, kingly impostor.
Yeah, finally found out who Morgott is.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Ah, Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania. General Radahn, Praetor Rykard, Luna Princess Rani. Willful traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Such a cool one.
Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
Also, one rejection just staggers it.
The thrones, stained by my curse, such shame they cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven. May the curse seep to thy very soul.
The curse is said to be stirring within you. Of course it is, if you've willingly followed the Dung Eater this far. So that at the end, a new order might begin. It's an ending defined by the curse that the Golden Order brought upon the omen and brought upon itself. With a dead Erd tree, a pockmarked sky, and a festering population. In his insanity, the Dung Eater seems to believe that we're his equal. I guess, how else could we hold on to his seedbed curse and fight him off as well?
There you are. You warded off my blessing, despite the curse stirring within you. No one has succeeded in that before. How? I thought. Then it hit me that you are, in fact, me. And I am the Dung Eater. It is my flesh that must receive the blessing.
So what? He wants to get the seed but curse too, I guess? That was it. What? Really?
An apt reward for thy brash ambition. I see thee, little tarnished.
The great rune in Morgott's possession is the anchor ring. It is the foundation upon which the others rely. To make it this far, 2 great runes are required, but a third is needed to reforge the Elden Ring. Morgott's. The other demigods all had what Morgott was denied from birth: the Erd Tree's grace, a mother, and a fate to call their own. But while Morgott was shackled deep below the earth, they threw it all away. So even though he was born a graceless omen child, Morgott tried to be the Erd Tree's protector. He was never loved, and should never have learned love. But nevertheless, love the Erd Tree. He did.
Oh, that is the...
In death, Morgott's horns disappear. Perhaps it was one final mercy from the Erd Tree. Too late. But at the Erd Tree, we find our path blocked once more, despite being led here by the Erd Tree's very grace.
Tarnished. Thou art but a fool. The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach. We are all forsaken. None may claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure, just as I.
I hate that.
Give me your blessing. Defile my flesh with the seedbed curse, again and again, until it is done, until a cursed ring coalesces that may one day defile order itself. Countless I have killed, and countless I have defiled, and soon the fruits will be born. Hundreds will be reborn cursed, and they'll bear thousands of cursed children, who bear tens of thousands more. A few of those will be born just like me, and they'll kill and defile and bless in my stead the rotten fools. My fate was the grandest, most brilliant of them all.
Unleash it upon them! A curse blessings to war!
What is this?
The creation of this mending rune requires someone to defile the defiler, creating a story that can be used to mend the Elden Ring, codifying these words of defilement into order itself. This mending rune of despair only exists because of the hatred inherent in Marika's Golden Order. It makes you wonder, why did it have to be this way? Why did Marika demonize the crucible?
It's been a long while, Morgott.
That brief moment of tenderness between father and son raises some questions. Was Morgott, at some point, shown love? How did Godfrey, leader of the Crucible Knights, feel about the Golden Order's scorn of the Crucible? We may never know.
That's an interesting point.
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand. Alas, I am returned.
Such a Chad.
To be granted audience once more.
He's certainly a powerhouse.
Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Enough of this kingly folly. Thou art. Warrior, thou art.
Oh my god, this is so epic.
All failed to stop you. In the end, a champion for the omen, the misbegotten, and despair.
Curse you, Golden Order. One day, you'll get what's coming.
Originally, those born of the Crucible were considered to be divine. That is, until civilization advanced, and those deemed misbegotten were enslaved. But then they fought, reveled in their accursed identity, and so a new order was created, one born entirely from the prejudices of the Golden Order that came before. Now, all are cursed, and for every curse, a cursed blessing.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between, our seed will look back upon us and recall the reviled curse that defined our age, the blessing of despair.
Okay, wow, that was a roller coaster. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. That was one of the greatest Elden Ring video I've ever seen. So yeah, everybody please check out Vaatividya. It's a really nice channel for laws and stuff. And yeah, I've seen this video, like a really old video, which is pretty great too. This is one of those videos I want to check it out, like the cosmic sorcerers. Yeah, that's it for now. There are a lot of build videos, lore videos, secret videos. So yeah, as I said, I watched a little bit of Friendship Flame, which was nice. I want to watch this too, like the Warrior Within. I don't know what's this about, but yeah, I see. Let me solo on her. I mean, let me solo her on the thumbnail. So I don't know. Yeah, I know. Also, I watched the Death Kindred one. Just pretty nice. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I really love this video, Vidya. Yeah. If anyone wants to know more about the laws, please visit his, his channel. I have nothing else to say. It's really good content. I'm going to end the video here. I don't have anything else to say in it.